And next is on to the horror stuff that I picked up. These next few I picked up before Scarefest. This was a big lost buy when a stranger calls. It's pretty decent. 80s, I think, no, maybe late 70s. See if I can see here. Yeah, 79. Kind of a slasher-esque movie. It's, you know, the old urban legend, the killer's calling from inside the house. Not too bad for $3. Figured why not. And I think there's a sequel to this called Stranger Calls Back or something like that. It looks cheesy, but that was pretty cool. This next one says $3 on the tag, but it's only $2.50 at my pawn shop, and that was Candyman. I didn't own this one, so you know, I'm a big fan of the Candyman movies. These used to scare the crap out of me as a kid. And Tony Todd's a really cool guy, and this is a special edition. This cover art is not as good as the original DVD because it had the same as the VHS that I remember from back in the day, but this does have the special features on it. Has filmmakers commentary, Clive Barker's Raising Hell featurette, Sweets to the Sweet, the Candyman Mythos featurette, and storyboards and bonus previews. So that's pretty cool. I haven't got to check this out since I got it yet. I need to get the second Candyman movie. I don't have all three of them. But next one I found, I was really happy to find this for $2.50. This is Dog Soldier's Steelbook, and for $2.50. I mean, I didn't even own the movie. I had a bootleg copy a long time ago, and I love this film. But you know, I was really excited to find the Steelbook edition of this. It says limited edition, but I think Walmart got this, and there was tons of copies. But still haven't watched this since I picked it up this time. So good werewolf movie though. And this was the best find probably that I found that day for the $2.50 DVDs. And that was the Legacy Collection of Dracula. And this, you know, Dracula, this is where it all started in my opinion, the horror genre pretty much, with Dracula, Wolfman, Frankenstein, Creature, all the Legacy, Universal monster movies. They're just great. This one has Dracula, the 1931, I think it came out in the 30s. It has Dracula's Daughters, Son of Dracula, and House of Dracula, which I haven't seen the other ones, except the original Dracula. It has a Spanish version and has tons and tons of bonus features on there. The guy that made Van Helsing, he talks about this movie and how it inspired him. And it's got trailers, new audio tracks. It's got everything. I'm trying to get all these. I have the which is a little better condition, the Wolfman set, and you know, now the Dracula set. And I really like these sets a lot, so I'm gonna try to get the rest of them. The Creature, Frankenstein, Mummy, Invisible Man. Try to get all those. These are fun. I haven't got to watch the other ones in this. I'll probably check those out maybe today. But these are really good around Halloween also, which was, you know, last month. But and the next stuff we have here is stuff from Scarefest. And I met a lot of awesome YouTubers at Scarefest. Just wanted to touch note on that. Hung out with the West Virginia 3. Not as much as I'd like to because we were kind of rushed that day. We had some stuff going on back in town here that we had to come back to. But anyways, it was really cool meeting you guys. Ryan, 1988. You know, he was a really cool guy. I'd like to hang out with him more in the future. But I had a blast at Scarefest, and I'll have a video up later of like pictures and video that I done there, and everybody that I met and whatnot. But stay tuned for that one. These next ones here is ones that Movie John 75 had hooked me up with. These movies here, so I'll go ahead and go through these pretty quickly. Got Body Count there. Heard a lot about it. I still haven't got to check this one out. I appreciate you hooking me up with these, John. So this next one here is Schoolgirls in Chains. I think this goes by another title. I watched this one, and I'd seen this back in the day on TV late at night. Pretty weird flick, 70s sexploitation flick. And I Drink Your Blood here. I haven't watched this one since you gave it to me, but I have seen this one in the past. And you know, this is a really good cinema exploitation type flick. We got Victims here. I popped this one in and watched a little bit of it, and it looked ultra cheese, but looks like something I'll definitely get into one of these days. Get a chance to sit down and watch it all. And we have The Candy Snatchers, which I still haven't got to see. And John tells me this is a really good 70s exploitation movie, so can't wait to check that one out. And last but not least, we have Night of the Demons 3, which I did not own, and I don't think it has a official Region 1 DVD release yet. And I picked this shirt up at Scarefest also, Night of the Demons 3. Huge fan of the Night of the Demons movies, like huge fan. Probably some of my favorite movies from the 80s and through the 90s. But get on with what I got at Scarefest here. Picked up Spookies. This hasn't had a DVD release yet. It's VHS Rip, but this was a really ultra cheese, weird movie. The plot doesn't go anywhere. Characters doesn't have anything to them, but the gore is really good. And the movie overall, I liked it. It's just ultra cheese, but I always thought this was a Dracula movie. Whenever I seen the video store back in the day, I always thought that was Dracula. So I was like, well, it must be a vampire movie, but never watched it. But I'm glad I picked that one up. Picked up Death Ship here. This hasn't had a release also, I don't think. George Kennedy. Very good movie about a goat, kind of like I think a German World War II or I, some kind of warship with like ghosts and all this crazy stuff going on. Got George Kennedy in there, and I believe that the 2000s movie Ghost Ship is somewhat of a kind of a remake or reimagining of this flick. I've heard that somewhere, but I don't know how true that is. I mean, and the cover art's, pretty similar. But I always remember seeing that cover art back in the day. I like Ghost Ship a lot too. If you guys watch this, let me know what you think about Ghost Ship. I'd like to hear other people's opinions on that flick. And the last of the VHS rips I picked up was Death Spa. It's a great 80s killer workout, aerobicide, killer workout, those kind of flicks with the health spas and I already said killer workout. There's just tons of these that I want to pick up because I'm a huge fan of the cheesy workout, 80s workout. Trauma had a lot of workout stuff in there, like Toxic Avenger and stuff like that. And this one's a really good one about a possessed, like a health spa. People start dying in there, like for no reason and stuff. It's pretty cool. Got Ken Foree in it, so check that one out. Cool cover art also. And the last two things I have to show here is stuff that I've gotten signed at Scarefest, and was really happy to meet these guests. And this first one here is my Night of the Demons VHS. I didn't have the DVD on hand to get signed because it went out of print. Then it came back into print, I guess, because it's cheaper now. But I'm going to pick that up eventually. But I went ahead and got my VHS signed by Amelia Kincaid, Angela from Night of the Demons. And she wrote, "To Josh, come party with me, Amelia." And she was a super, super nice lady. If you watched Justin Ryan 1988's videos where he got to hang out with her and he'd done the voice, I don't know if it was on his video or Doug Lander's video where he did the Angela voice for her, and it was a great video, and she was a super nice lady. Anybody that was there that talked to her can back me up with saying that she was one of the nicest people, one of the nicest celebrities I've ever met. I was really happy to get that signed. And the last thing I got signed here was my Dawn of the Dead by the man, the myth, the legend, George A. Romero. The line was super long to meet him on Saturday, and we waited, but it was all worth it. It was cool to get a chance to talk to him, shake his hand, and get him to sign my Dawn here, which is also signed by Tom Savini. But that's something I'll never forget. When I met George A. Romero, because the man he's an inspiration to anybody that likes horror films. But that's it, guys, for this update. Should have some more, or have that Scarefest video up later this week when I get a chance to work on it and whatnot. But thanks for watching. Peace.